my character was like, whoa, so, and Norwegian's like, that was apparently hot because it was fire.
Vicious Victor,
But,
the expression on Victor's face, he kind of goes, respect, he says.
That
Well,
was a
I think-
stupendous move.
Well, I got a challenge for flair every now and then.
Then Vicious Vic looks at his weapon and says, well, that was a waste of a poison, because he just put silvered solution on it. And then Vic goes, eh. He goes, eh. And then he just stabs the nearest werewolf. Like, that's not Plimm.
That's not Plimm.
Actually, no. That's what he actually says. Well, that's a waste of a poison. He looks at Plimm. Plimm looks at him. He looks back at Plimm. And then he walks over to another werewolf and stabs it.
Oh, as if they're even contact.
Plimm again goes over to the bodies of the werewolves and he sniffs them and he says, yes, this is the group of wolves who decided to separate themselves from the lady. You haven't seen this werewolf before, Leoldin.
Yeah, as I say, should we start conglomerating towards like the center area of this place? Like we get away from
Yeah,
the
you guys
outskirts?
can move. You guys can move around.
Oh, yeah, Max.
Don't worry, Captain. Archer. Building.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
it's one of
Don't worry about
one
him.
of our friends.
Indeed, he is.
Archer
Sweet.
still has
I
his
looked at it.
Archer
Character
still
actually
has his arrow like aimed at Plimm. He doesn't fire. If you
I-
really want to convince him, you're gonna have to roll for it.
All right, so I'm gonna say,
All right.
this is an old friend of our good friend Maximilian here. His name is Plimm. Captain Maelstrom. Archer. Plimm. This goes through the typical introduction to everyone and whatnot. He helped us get the information we need right here, holding up the scrolls.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be using an Norwegian accent for my character. Ugh.
That's fine. Roll a
Whatever.
persuasion.
Anyways, whoops, not 2. Okay, 14.
Okay. Archer will slowly bring down his bow, but he's not going to put it away. He'll keep the weapon at his side with the arrow out, but he's not gonna put it away.
Don't worry. He's as far as I can tell, he's more of a horn dog than a dangerous dog.
The captain tilts her head and says, "Oh."
Uh,
Let's say, may I ask what his name is?
I had actually said his name. I said it was Plimm.
Oh yeah, that was okay. Sorry. No, if I said that. No.
Plimm, when he sees the captain, he asks, "You are a captain?" They say you are a captain, and she says, "Oh, you talk." "Yes," she says. "I am Captain Maelstrom of the Tempest Dream." At that point, Plimm sort of bows down. Plimm is rather tall as a werewolf, so he bows down to at least be below the level of the captain as a respectful bow. And and then I guess he turns towards Maximilian to do the rest of the talking.
Captain, as you well know, we're fighting against the Darkspawn, and we're always looking for allies. I know it might sound strange, but I knew this werewolf, or this man, before, well, all this happened. He's honorable, and a valiant fighter. We could use him, with your blessing, of course.
"A werewolf on my ship," she says, as she's thinking about this proposition.
You already have a lot of strange and quite capable people on your ship, Captain.
There's nothing wrong with
I resent the word strange, but I know what you're trying to say, guardsman.
unique.
Yes.
That's a better word for it, yes.
I don't know, she says. We're sort of running out of places for you all to sleep.
God damn.
Well,
Oh,
I
in our legion,
wouldn't
you could
be
always sleep at the
opposed
foot of Maximilian's
to,
bed.
I wouldn't be opposed to spending another night with you. Should the werewolf need a bed, he could take mine.
My character perks up. Oh, it's Captain. I need to talk to you when we return to the ship.
He just kind of slides up, all smooth like as he says it.
That's a
Leland's
possibility.
kind of like glaring, like kind of glancing across at this.
Delwyn, to Delwyn, the captain says, that is a possibility. Towards Gwenaël, she says, sure, certainly. Anyone else saying anything?
What did you two find? What did you guys find out there?
Well, quite a lot, actually.
I may be able to interpret the information with this new with this.
The scroll?
Bah!
Ah!
Archer gained lots of weight for a second.
Archer gained weight. Archer, by the way, while you're having this conversation, he's sort of circling around you, surveying the area. So that's what he's doing. He's not really paying attention. He's just surveying. So go ahead, continue.
Oh, that reminds me. Is anyone injured?
I've taken quite a few hits.
Not bad.
Well, remember, you can rest right now and gain like what, 1d6 hit points? What was it?
I don't know if those werewolves will be back or so. I wouldn't want to be.
We're resting right now because we're all just standing around talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that counting rest? I thought resting is like actually like closing your eyes.
No. This is
It's not like
considered
a full
resting.
rest, just like a short rest.
Okay.
You guys chilling out and
5-minute
having
rest is 5 plus Constitution plus level.
5 plus
Oh,
your
okay.
Constitution plus your level. So you can heal that right now while we're having this conversation.
5 plus your Constitution plus your level.
Yep.
Okay, so
So go ahead and heal yourselves up.
that level up. So
10.
Full health.
5 plus that plus that. So I
Yep.
get 8. Plus 8.
Maximilian is incredibly hardy. Huh.
Nice.
Well,
So if everyone's seems to after some rest.
Okay. You can continue your conversation.
well, it seems like this book we found have quite a few answers, although it won't be easy.
Yes, it'll take some time for me to research to fully comprehend all of the information that has presented, but it will be done relatively quickly. I think I've already recognized some similarities with stuff I'm already familiar with.
Very well. So I suppose we can make our way back to Kirkwall. I can drop you off, and you can do whatever it is you need to do.
Well, I don't think that's exactly true, Captain. I think we'll need more of your services.
Excuse me, she says. More of my services? I think I've been pretty generous up to this point.
Absolutely. Incredibly. 100%. You have been nothing but a wonderful captain. The problem is that the scroll kind of requires some materials, and they're a little bit out of our way.
Yes.
Oh, I see where this is going. She folds her arms.
I know. But any extra time I get to spend with you is always pleasant.
Wow, really? I mean, I brought in. I'm sure that all of these exotic locations we'll be going to will have all kind of manner of strange and interesting artifacts, Captain, that you perhaps can loot and sell.
Loots? That's a good point.
I'm not so much
Go ahead, Gwenaël.
I'm not sure how much fame interests you either, but if this is successful, you'd become quite famous. and not even with an in the beginning. No infamous, just famous.
Indeed.
That's only if you succeed in your task.
If you don't, then you get to live and you gain some treasure on the way.
You've seen us in action, Captain. You saw me take down that werewolf, and your boy toy here even took down the werewolf. So
She glances over at Delwyn when you say
Quite
boy.
impressive, though.
She glances over at Delwyn when you say boy toy.
And my ears perk up like, what?
and I immediately regret saying that.
Because I'm still not completely keen. So I'm assuming. Wait. So does anyone else know about what happened that night, or am I the only one who still does not know?
Oh,
Everyone figured it out.
I'm sorry,
Everybody
Captain.
knows.
No disrespect intended, of course.
She says.
Look at it this way. Either way, you make out with something.
I say in Orleans and whatnot. I go. Wait,
Wow.
What did you say? What did?
She said either way you make out with something.
Oh.
Wow.
And I like just face planting at this point.
That was really good.
I'll have Lealdon have a quizzical look, but hasn't figured it out yet.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
That was
weird.
brilliant. Sorry.
Wow.
What was the last thing that was
brilliant.
What was the last thing that
That's-
was said? I'm sorry.
You should give humor experience for that.
I said
Yeah.
no. Yeah, disrespect intended, Captain.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I need to give Delwyn. Go ahead and you deserve like 10 XP for that. Go ahead and add another 10 XP for the joke. So that was good. Well played. The captain thinks for a moment, and then she says, "Where exactly would we be going? How far?"
Wow. Our mage here has the book, so I think it was Ogrimmar and a few other places. I'm sure he can. You two can figure out the details when we're on the ship again.
Definitely remember one of them being Redcliffe.
Yes.
Orzammar? She asks. When you say Orgrimmar.
Ah. That's-
Oh, Orzammar, yeah.
Orzammar is full of dangerous golems. Redcliffe is a total necropolis filled with the undead.
And this forest was filled with dangerous werewolves.
Wow.
True.
I imagine something like this was just going to be easily handed to us. Then.
I also initially thought that I was only going to drop you off into one dangerous location, much less 3 dangerous locations.
Well, we do all the heavy lifting, clear it out. You make out with the loot. Pretty
Yeah,
straightforward.
you've been. I think you've been earning some good amounts of stuff from this. It seems like good luck, do you not think?
Perhaps.
At least we bring excitement at the very least.
Perhaps this is where Maximilian is starting to lose it. Perhaps, Captain, we're fighting for the fate of the world here.
Wait, what?
All right, she says, and she holds up her hands. No need to get hysterical, guardsmen. Very well. However, I will allow you to become passengers under my ship under one condition. I do not allow freeloaders on the Tempest Dream. This is not a cruise holiday ship. If you wish to remain for an extended period of time, you're going to have to work just like the rest of the crew. Earn your keep.
Understood.
Sounds fair enough,
I'm sure
Captain.
that Archer would require. I'm sure Archer could use some help in the kitchens. Perhaps.
Yep. Immediately, yes.
Lealdon's like, yes, I need to make sure that grotesque meal does not happen again.
I will help immediately.
I'm sure Archer could use some help in the kitchens. We also could use some people who might be able to help take care of the animals. She says Cogs might need some assistance in the engine room. And then, of course,
I can help with that.
And then, of course, there is the regular maintenance around the ship.
Regular maintenance.
So out of character, you guys will have to decide what exactly sort of what work you are going to be doing around
I'm
the
helping
ship.
I'm helping Archer.
You're helping Archer
Well,
with the cooking?
I'll probably
Yeah.
help
my
with the
dear,
cooking.
you can use me as you see fit.
Excellent.
Well, I'm going to go with
May
the
regret
irregular
saying those
maintenance.
words.
Okay.
Oh,
At that point, you guys will, I guess, help to carry the last corpse, the last giant
Or
stag.
on the last stack.
Yeah, the last stag onto the ship. So as you're traveling, Plimm is going to lean over to lean in towards Maximilian and is going to whisper, "That elf up there, what's his name again?
Delwyn?
Delwyn. He's good. He's really good."
Well, I think you two could learn a thing of two from each other.
No, I meant maybe he could teach you a thing or two.
What? I'm...
Genuine.
Oh, but
Well, clearly he seems to be almost as smooth and charming as I, and he also right now has more of an advantage over me, considering he sort of holds up his claws, his werewolf claws.
Well, I don't know. You're pretty smooth when you want to. Me, I don't know. I don't think she's a woman for me anyway.
Hmm. That captain, though, do you think he sort of, pulls back his mane, his hair? Do you think she's into hairy men?
Well, you have to ask her yourself, I'm afraid.
hairy maybe, furry no.
Wait, does
Sorry, I
Gwenail
can't
say
hear
that?
you over the.
But you got quite the impressive build, so... Don't mind. Just go for it if you want to. Just keep me out of this, alright?
Sorry, can't hear this over the sound of us heaving this giant stag across the forest. No, don't go. Carry on, please. Proceed.
I'm assuming we have this discussion as we're walking.
Yeah, you're having discussion as you're walking. So, I mean, you can move as far as away from everybody else if you want to have private conversation. So,
Nah,
this isn't
okay.
at this point. Like, as you guys are going back to the ship, you're free to RP with anyone that you want. Otherwise, I can continue on. So,
Hey, Lee. It's good to see you up on your feet again.
Oh yes, I was afraid that Archer's last creation would have done me out for good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can see and I did.
Need to talk to Derwin.
And I'll talk to Max.
Right,
Yeah.
all right,
you guys first.
go ahead.
Well,
So, it seems our elven friend have taken a liking to our captain.
Who
it's that
hasn't?
obvious. It's
I
that
say
obvious.
Mr. Lee.
It's that obvious, huh?
Indeed. That said, it could be to our advantage. She's happy, we can do our thing.
But I can't help but feel off about the whole thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Something's not right. I don't know.
It's probably nothing for now. Oh, so you mentioned that you had found some loot of some sorts out there?
Loot? Well, just the book and, this really interesting lady.
See.
Yes, well, I think she was some sort of spirit, but I'm not too sure. You have to ask our mage friend about that. Anyway, we found some ancient, glyphs or artifacts or book.
Any runes?
We did.
We did not
Yes.
use any runes.
Something like that.
If you want to tell me about the runes or not, that's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm scared of this.
yeah, I'm just gonna talk briefly about the runes. I don't know much about them, so...
Yes.
Once again, you need to talk to the mage.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever.
Might
I
handle the
want
technical.
to have my bonding time with Max right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's our man time.
Romance!
Yeah.
Well, in any case, it's good to have you back. I feel safer already. I saw how you handled yourself out there in the midst of the heat of combat.
Oh, thanks. I don't think anyone would have noticed what with Doe and Go and friggin' fighting in the streets over there.
He's very...
Caught that.
Thank you. I'll make this up good.
Wait, what?
Fighting in the streets. Street fight around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's got an unorthodox fighting style, but it seems to do the job. Still, it took 3 people to take down 1 werewolf, and only 1 of me to take down 1 of them, so... I don't need to show off.
I see you haven't lost your touch.
Thank you. I think we'll need it more now more than ever. Things will only get harder.
Right. I wasn't too... I have to admit I'm a bit concerned after hearing what the captain had to say about where it seems we're going to have to be heading.
Well, you can't be courageous if you're not afraid, my friend.
True words.
Well, I think we should be close by soon enough. Let's grab this thing and get out of here.
Meanwhile,
Yep.
Gwenail is talking to who?
Darwin.
Go ahead.
You need to be a bit more careful. It was pretty obvious when you did that last... trick.
What's obvious about it? I
It
don't
was-
see anybody else confronting me about it, so I think we're still good.
Maybe they're not... Maybe they
You
don't know
just
what they
got
saw.
eagle eyes, that's all.
Well, yes, that's due to my... never mind. Anyways. And my point is, I could tell from what I was studying that someone else could have easily seen that. I'm just saying you should probably try to come out about it before it is too late, so we do not have any stupid drama. To someone else, at least, before it comes out wrong.
That's easy for you to say. You're a sanctioned mage.
Actually, I may not be, but that's a long story.
Well, time travel aside, you came from a circle.
Again, we can talk about this another time. But I also was wondering about that, is that you're keeping your mind in the game, because as impressive as that move was, it was truly an impressive display. You're not just trying to show off for as a captain, are you? You need to be more cautious what's going on here.
I'm plenty aware of what's going on. I'm paying attention. I got my head in the game.
I don't know. It's just something about this whole thing. You know, I'm being silly. But
Look, we'll get into these places. We'll get the stuff. It'll be fine.
right. It's just he trails off. Anyways, it'd be good, just jumping back to someone, it'd be good if you could open about this more, because you are also a mage. I go mid, and then I just kind of call you know. And I could use your help with some of the information, because you at least have a rudimentary understanding of the magic, and being able to talk about that openly with you would allow me to be able to produce faster results. I could use your help.
Alright, look, we'll set aside some time to sift through some books and...
Yes, I mean, I know you're quite clever. You figured out that rune trap earlier, even if you did do it in the most asinine way.
Well,
Did
apparently
you
I
actually, like,
think
laugh?
they
Did
do
your
like
character
doing
actually
an
laugh?
asinine way.
Does your character actually laugh a little bit?
Yeah, he kind of chuckles.
Let me just do something real quickly so this way my character does. My character resists laughing a little bit. He's like... Even if it is funny with time, that is not funny.
No, but... Well... I don't know much. I mean... Everything I know I've had to figure out on my own, so... We'll see what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't promise anything, but we'll see.
Yeah, sometimes being able to talk with someone who doesn't stare at you like an idiot, like they're a drooling idiot, will helps produce better results.
Well, fair enough. Even if you just need the company, whatever.
Mm.
No problem.
All right.
Good job. Kind of just pats him on the shoulder awkwardly. Thanks for
Yes.
ratting me out, by the way. Appreciate that.
Of course, I would not do that. All right.
All right.
Right.
You guys arrive back onto the Tempest Dream. You get up on board. As soon as you arrive on board, the captain calls all of the crew members together. And she addresses them and says, "All right, crew, I've got an announcement to make." She points to the rest of you all. "The people that you see before you here, they are no longer passengers of the Tempest Dream. These are now your fellow crew members. You will respect them just like you respect each other and that you respect me. I expect all of you to help them get assimilated on all of the day-to-day chores. Show them how we do things around here. I will remind you again that as a crew, we are a family. We are survivors, and that is the only way that we can make it through the way the world is right now. If any of you have a problem with the new arrangements around this ship, you are free to leave as soon as we return back to Kirkwall. Do I make myself clear, men?" All of the men nod. With that, she dismisses them all. Gwinnell, if you wishes to speak to the captain, now would probably a good time. So
Yes,
you will
perhaps.
approach her, and she will say, "Yes."
Mon Capitan, something has been distracting me lately, and I fear if I do not get it out of my chest now, it will hamper any further work that needs to be accomplished, and I do not want to be distracted when so much is riding on the line.
Well, we definitely can't have that. What exactly is on your mind?
It is the current structure, and I do not know how to speak of this.
Well, dear, you came to me.
I know. So, I am worried about the dynamic of relations between the team and the crew, or in general.
All right. Do you have an issue with how I run my ship?
Absolutely not, Captain. You are a great leader, and I admire you. I'm not just trying to be flattering here, but you are a magnificent woman.
I'm still listening, she says with a grin. She says that with a grin.
But I cannot... It's something that keeps on coming to mind. I question... You spent... Darwin. What... I do not know how to... My character mumbles to himself and starts, going, oh... You and Darwin have become closer?
I'm not sure if that's completely any of your business, she says.
I know, and I should try to not pay it any mind. It's not just a matter of personal affairs and adult choices for who they wish to relate with. except is that I cannot take my mind off this particular subject, and it's seeming to have an effect on me personally. And I would love to...
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, she would start to say something, he would actually stop.
She says, "You've totally lost me. This Delwyn, I understand you only have met very recently. Why
Yes.
does the affairs of a companion of yours that you've only met in the last couple of days have that much of an impact on you? I don't understand."
He says in illusion, the affairs of the hearts are hard to explain.
She doesn't understand and says, "I beg your pardon?"
Sorry. It's something that someone used to say to me. Anyways, there are many factors, and they say during war and hardship, stronger bonds are forged. I am not completely sure exactly what the nature of this feeling is quite yet, but I have an idea.
Well, dear, if you're saying what I think you're saying, I'm sorry, I'm not really interested, she says to you. No hard feelings, though, she says.
Oh.
I mean, I can't, I'm very flattered, of course, but I'm sorry, but I'm just not interested.
Okay. Excuse-moi. He looks down a little bit and seems like he's trying to hide a smile and laugh a little bit.
Okay. I'm not she's not laughing, by the way, but that was out of character. She kind of looks at you like, as if thinking to herself, that should have been enough. Do I need to... The thing that's probably going through her head right now is like, do I need to do more to break the news to him gently, or do I need to be more firm about this?
He exhales and then he turns around and composes himself. Mon Capitan, I thank you for letting me down gently. But I think I have presented this in a way that has misled you. It is not you that I am having the problem with.
All right. She doesn't quite put two and two together.
I'm afraid I may have developed some form of affection for Delwyn.
Oh. Oh. She sort of glances. Aha. I see, she says. So, are you essentially telling me to back off, Orlesian elf, Orlesian half-elf?
How did you...
I know them when I see them, she says. I've been around, the unpure bloods, for quite some time. Or so how we've been called, or referred to.
As a half-elf, we blend well. We look mostly human, only a few features betray. You have quite the eye, Captain. But that is not why we are here to talk.
It sounds...
But
she
it's
says,
good to know I will be able to talk about this in the future. Indeed.
Yes, it sounds like you and I are talking about what exactly we're going to be doing about our little friend.
Yes. In many ways, I just wish to understand the nature of the relationship. It is not a matter of asking you to back off. It is a matter of whether I feel if I should not pursue.
Well,
I do not know.
She says, well, that's no fun, she says. Where's the fun in that? She says, if you really are interested in this boy, then you're going to have to fight for him. Challenge me. Come on. Challenge me for him. How badly do you really care for this person? Because if Delwyn is going to be with anyone, he deserves to be with someone who truly cares for him deeply.
He pulls out of his sack. The night we got back to the ship, I wanted to speak with him. I bought this. It is a rare Elysian wine. I wanted to share it with someone special. But that night, he spent it with you.
Ah. Well, that's hardly my fault, she says.
No, perhaps if I would have said something. But there were other things on my mind. But now that I have waited so long, it has weighed even heavier on me.
So let me get this straight. You came to me, when you came to me and your goal was to determine whether or not you should back off. Is that what I'm understanding?
I do not really know what my goal was.
Oh,
But-
come on, dear. Grow a spine. Come on, she says. She's not doing this to... You get the sense that she's not doing this to make fun of you. She's kind of doing this sort of like for your own good. Like, she's sort of doing this in an encouraging kind of way, almost.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I have heard... His advice I have been told before. You remind me of one of my instructors. A little bit more free than she was, but you still have a similar encouraging spirit. Is why you're a good leader, no?
I would like to think so, she says. Let me tell you something, dear. You
Yes?
haven't been around for the last 20 years. And one thing that I've known, especially since the Blight started, is that life is very short. You can't go live day to day, missing on opportunities, because you never know when it's going to pass, or if it even will return back to you in the first place. If there's something in this world that you desire, you have to go after it. Does that make sense?
I think it does.
So don't make it seem like I'm going to make it any easier for you.
I see what you were saying.
You want something's important for you, you need to fight for it. You yourself said so yourself that you and your friends are trying to fight to save this world. Show me how passionate you are on something that you care about. Whether it is an ideal, whether it is saving this world, whether it is a person that you love. Don't come to me and ask permission to go after the person that you love, because that's just going to be an insult not only to him but also to you. No one should ever ask for permission to go after someone that they truly love and care for.
I see.
At least that's how I see it.
My character grins a little bit.
It's advice that I am giving to you, which is why I'm also saying that I'm giving you fair warning, I follow the same advice that I dish out. So don't think that I'm going to make it easy on you.
Oh, I would not expect you to, Captain. And you have given me great insight.
Very well.
Given me great insight.
Challenge accepted. Let the games begin, she says with a grin.
Not that I expect I have a good chance, but I will do my best. My damned best.
I think that's all you can ask for yourself. That's all any of us can ask of ourselves.
I have one question for you.
Certainly.
Why am I not your type?
Follow my advice, grow some balls, and you might just be my type. Only time will tell.
Then I guess it's time that I do grow a pair, and I am going to step up, as they say, no?
Sounds good to me. It'll make the game even more fun.
You seem like a type that would like to chase. And I think I might enjoy this myself, actually.
Good. You're supposed to.
Alright. He extends his hand on that. Thank you for the talk, Captain.
She accepts it and she shakes. May the best one win, she says with a grin.
Oui, may the best man win.
Touche. Plimm is probably going to find a place to stay in the empty stall where the animals are kept.
Ouch. That's not too bad.
When he enters the stall, he starts sniffing. What is that smell? What is that awful smell? He looks in the trough. Oh. I see.
Right. That moment.
That happened.
I had nothing to do with this.
Double vomits.
By the way, after Gwenail finishes his conversation with the captain is going to ask for Maximilian.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm one to obey orders, so I just walk up there, hands behind my back. Captain?
Guardsman, you're the leader of your merry group, are you not?
I wouldn't say I'm the leader, but I have been quite vocal as of late, yes.
I assumed so, given your occupation. I would think you are a man of authority, so I just assumed.
Well, I'd say that is a quite safe assumption.
Very well. Have you decided where we're going next?
I have not given it much thought, I'm afraid. Perhaps if I could convene with my friends for a moment, we could discuss it, and I could come back to you with a good answer.
Very well, she says. We should be in Kirkwall by tomorrow afternoon again.
Thank you very much. I'll be back shortly. If I'm dismissed.
Yes, you're dismissed. All right, you guys are free. You guys are now in camp. So you can talk to anyone, or you can continue on to to the next day.
Because
Whatever you guys want to do.
I'm the main character. You guys just stand around. I go right with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. No.
Gwenail stops what he does and he starts singing. He just starts breaking into song, and all of the other characters look towards him as he sings.
What the heck?
Let me roll my performance check. Let's see here.
No.
I actually gotta
So
roll
you guys
that
are
because I
just-
want to see what I can get.
I suppose.
I am a horrible singer, apparently.
No.
If I can see all if you're all gathered here on the deck, I'm gonna try and get your attention.
And that's when the guy said, "Oh, hi Maximilian,"
Oh,
telling a bad joke.
are you all here?
Yes.
Yes.
They're all there. They're all on the main deck.
Excuse me, I have a few things to discuss, if you have the time. The captain wants to know where we're going next, and I thought I'd talk to you guys before we decide anything.
Oh, right.
What were our options again?
Well, there was Orzammar and Redcliffe. We know that much.
What was the third one? I can't recall.
There was 4 actually.
The Ferelden Circle of Magi.
Actually, yeah.
Frozen Circle of Magi.
Circle.
Alright.
Good question.
And looking at the map, it seems like this Circle of Magi is the closest one.
Probably, yeah. From Kirkwall. You're gonna stop over at Kirkwall first, but probably.
So I'm going to suggest the Tower of Magi. That is...
What- Did
Yeah.
I? Did we hear what was happened to the Circle of Magi?
The Circle of Magi.
What?
Circle of Magi.
Circle of Magi? Magi?
Was there any rumors circulating about what the situations there's been like?
I think I did some research on that actually, so I think I heard about that, but I can't remember what I learned. So
What you learned is that the Ferelden Circle of Magi, 2 years ago, there was some sort of demonic attack
Oh.
that occurred within the circle, which led the Templars to attempt to invoke the rite of annulment, which again is the rite that gives the Templars the ability to kill off all mages from a circle. Unfortunately, they were not able to stop the mages in time, and the circle pretty much fell to the demons.
Do we all know this?
Or just
Gwenail does.
because he researched it, yeah.
I
Can I
believe
ju-
that he heard it when he was like in the Circle of Magi in Kirkwall, didn't he?
yeah.
Yes.
Or was about it or something like that.
I bet there were probably people talking about this is not open knowledge. People were probably saying it was probably blood magic.
Yes. Yes, there definitely is a huge rumor about it being blood magic related.
Okay, so it's going to be very dangerous there because the tower did fall to a huge demon attack because perhaps there was the use of blood magic. It seems likely to me. Blood magic is very dangerous and can, at that large of a scale, could easily fall out of hand.
Well, it looks like we don't have much choice. I don't know. We do have you with us, Scholar.
Yes.
Which means that... Do you have some sort of defense against the demon?
Yes, my mind is trained quite strongly to resist it, especially due to paranoid Templars.
Well, that gives us an edge, at least. I don't know if it's enough, but...
Mages are not the only one that have to worry. Spirits, demons, can be very tricky. It is not necessarily the mortal danger I am worried about with the demons. Many demons have ways of preying on other weaknesses other than our physical body or mortality. Is what I fear. They can twist your mind and manipulate you, make you hallucinate so many different things. They can turn you into someone you would not recognize.
It looks like we need both self-discipline, courage, and cold steel. Well, they will not find me wanting. And I think all of you will measure up as well. I've seen you in combat. I hope your will is as strong as your sword arms.
Yeah.
Hoping.
I gotta go to the bathroom, so you guys just keep at this, and Dylan just kind of slips out to where the bathroom is.
Okay. That's fine. Anything else happening with this conversation? Did you guys make up your mind, or...
And that's when the dwarf said, wait, no.
So it's decided then. The Circle of Magi in Ferelden.
He actually just kind of slips out over here.
Out of character, what was in the circle magi that we needed to get?
I believe it was red lyrium.
Yep, that was it.
What was it?
Red lyrium from the Circle of Magi.
Right.
Volcanic.
Orm from Orzammar and Star Metal from Redcliffe.
Correct.
Would my character know what lyrium is?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah, you had explained it to Maximilian and Delwyn.
Did I?
red. Well,
I don't really need to know.
I
something
don't.
I made, so
He explained regular lyrium. I don't know if he explained red lyrium. I don't think the topic of red lyrium came up.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I brought up red lyrium at the end of the session. So
Well, if he wants to explain, it while Leoden's present, please, by all means, go ahead.
if Gwenail wants to find out how much he knows about red lyrium, you're gonna have to roll for that.
Okay. Oh no, I think at these rolls. 19.
19.
Yes.
Well,
You know that red lyrium is a very...
And don't forget I have a lore bonus, so I get extra knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm like a professional in red lyrium, jeez.
The problem with red lyrium is that even though you rolled a 19, not much is really known about red lyrium completely. You do know, however, that it has the ability to corrupt the mind and make people go mad if they consume or remain in direct contact of red lyrium for too long. So,
Okay,
Was
so
there
let's
any
not
rumors
go
that might
to
be
random.
Was there any known ways to help, like, reduce these effects or something?
currently, there of all the whatever research you have done, there's nothing written. There's no recordings yet about any way to mitigate the symptoms or mitigate the effects.
So the best thing to do is keep distance from it. Lock it in the room and keep distance from it.
Right. Or yeah, pretty much try to avoid it as much as possible.
Keep it locked up in a room and stay away from it unless you need to touch it.
Correct.
Okay.
If you need to work with it, you probably will want to work with whatever the minimum amount you need to work with is. So, yeah.
Right, so I guess I'll relay that. It's like, the other thing I am worried about is the exposure to the red lyrium. It is a mysterious form of lyrium that not much information is known about it. I did as much research as I could because it sounded intriguing in a dark way. So it has a way of affecting the mind. It can change and is very dangerous, actually. Rambles off stuff in French that pretty much Eurasian, same difference.
Okay.
That how it kind of explains to that and stuff. I can't actually remember one of the words he used that I was going to use in that sentence. Dang.
Well, you're
But
trained.
anyways, he relayed that bit of information about that after rambling on Eurasian for a bit.
Well,
So-
you seem trained in protecting your mind against demons and things like that. You'll do fine. I pat him on the shoulder.
Hey. Yes,
Well
I
then.
think we should take only take as much as necessary. There even is a lot there. We should take many precautions because this is dangerous. This is dangerous stuff for everyone. No.
All right.
You're the expert, so I'll refer to your judgment, of course.
Right.
Well then, I'll tell the captain we have decided. We'll be making a stop in Kirkwall to stock up and leave supplies. I suggest everyone rest up and get ready.
All right.
While they're having that conversation, I'm going to see if I can get in contact with Justiel.
All right. So you went into...
That'll be interesting. I'm probably not going to catch any of this.
Okay.
Depending how long it goes on for. But I was going to come bother her afterwards. Bother
I'm
him.
Delwyn,
I'm trying to think of Delwyn as a
Well,
trustworthy.
then you're
character.
going to go to
I
the
really am
bathroom and not
trying.
find him there.
I really am trying to trust Delwyn, but it
I
just
know.
things like this
That's-
that keep happening.
so Delwyn, you go into the bathroom, and
Well, he says he goes into the bathroom.
well, you go
Doesn't
into a separate room, and the method in which to contact Justiel, you take out something. I'm assuming you have something of a dagger of some sort.
Yeah.
You take up a dagger. You slit yourself.
Oh, no you don't. Oh.
That's where we're going.
Oh, man.
That's where we're going.
Okay.
Okay.
You slit yourself with the dagger, and focusing your energies into the blood. That is when the room around you starts to darken,
Mhm.
and this misty substance starts to materialize before you. And at that instance, the mist, the dark mist, turns into sort of like a projector screen. So when you're contacting Justiel's not physically there. You're just kind of
Right.
contacting Justiel in that, in this mist, and the image of Justiel will appear before you. I will not describe what Gestiel looks like for the sake of the surprise of the other players. So, for the time being, the Gestiel will emerge, and he will say to you, let's see, oh, top of the morning there, Delwyn. He's actually a rather pleasant-sounding individual. It's been quite a while since we've last talked. What exactly can I do for you now, dear?
There's just a bit of accent there.
So, just, I don't know how the passage of time works for you, but, I'm clearly out of the loop. So, Ferelden Circle of Magi, what do you know about the demonic activity going on around there?
Oh, Ferelden City, Circle of Magi. So lots of things have been going on for quite some time. You still look fairly young from the last time I saw you.
Yeah, that's what time travel does to you.
Ah, yes. I sort of noticed something very odd going on when you blipped out of the radar for me until just recently. Well, I've seen stranger things happening, so I suppose I'll just have to humor you and just give you a little bit more information. Ah, yes, things over at the Circle of Magi have been quite awful since a couple years ago. There's been a bit of a party, and I wasn't invited, unfortunately. A demon party, and I wasn't invited.
I see. Anyone you know?
He thinks on it a bit, and yes, a friend of mine, well, ex-friend of mine, he sort of owes me a little bit owes me a little bit of compensation for favors rendered, and you would think that in and of itself would have been enough to invite me to such a thing, but no, absolutely not, no. And he's sort of continues rambling on, like not answering your question for the longest time. Okay, so in response to Delwyn's question, Gestiel says, "Hi. Well, you know us demons. We like to give ourselves names that are near impossible for any human or elven or dwarven tongue to be able to pronounce. And to think they figure that the more difficult it is to pronounce their name, the more powerful they are. So, I'll spare you the name of the actual demon, but you people in your realm would know him as Uldred."
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, see, we're gonna go and crash this party, so,
Oh, good. So you can stick it to them and tell them that's for not inviting me into their little party, which they've been going on for the last 2 years.
Sure. Just need to know what it is, we might have to deal with so that we can be a bit more prepared.
Yes. So, now that you're back on my radar, you think maybe we could talk more often? I've been pretty lonely since you've been gone for the last 20-some years.
Yeah, I suppose for you it has been a long time.
Is there anything else that you've need of me? Any more of my services? I've noticed that you've been practicing. Well, at least the last time I saw you've been practicing, which I guess for you has only been maybe a mere days from ago. So, if you've been practicing, and your magic seems to be getting up there, it's very good. But I think maybe I might have to give you a few more pointers before you're actually able to perfect your special magic.
Well, you've always been pretty helpful. Not like I can turn down any of your wisdom, as it were. You get what you want, I get what I want. It's a good arrangement.
Aye, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
Just don't scratch too hard, yeah?
I'll try my best. Is there anything else?
Should be it.
Alright.
If I need you, you know what I'll do.
You know how to find me. And he disappears. Huge apologies to everyone who is Irish Huge apologies. I tried
yes,
my
thank
best.
you very much. No.
Actually, one of the
That's
things
fine.
out of care, like completely out of topic. One of the things that I do every year at work, and my coworkers have expected out of me is I dress up all in green for St. Patrick's Day, and for the entire day, even if there's a meeting, I talk in an Irish accent. Like the entire day, I'm in an Irish accent. So
As long as you
That's
don't put on the whole
dedication.
Leprechaun outfit, you're fine.